Hi everyone, Greg Simoneau here, and we're back. It's been a while, but we're going to be back on Pactv, so buckle in, right? I guess the first thing I wanted to say is it's good to be back, of course. But what have I been doing this whole time? I don't know. As far as I can tell, my last show was 2005, which is 16 years ago. And I guess, well, it coincides with friends of mine's wedding. And what I did was I taped their wedding, and then I used all my edit time to make their wedding video. And that pretty much took a year. So when I finished their video, I hurt myself. I tore my Achilles, and I was in a wheelchair for 2 years, and I had 2 surgeries, so I couldn't walk, and I didn't really feel like making a show. Although in a wheelchair, you could still make shows. And well, the timeline is that while I was in the wheelchair, they moved the Pactv studios from Court Street to where they are now. And I mean, it's not an excuse, but they kind of moved, and I just never found my way back. It's kind of weird. And as I'm going through my old tapes now and watching what I did right, what I did wrong, how the show looked, and how we wanted it to look, and what we wanted it to be about, yeah, it's pretty interesting. So I hope this show is gonna be a little more what I feel like I was started out doing, and it's good to be back. And leading up to this, I've been checking out the channel, and there doesn't seem to be much programming like I remembered it from the early 2000s, 2001 to 2005 or 6. And I remember a few people that used to be on it, that they're not on it anymore, and we miss them. But I guess what I want to say is that this channel needs a little more crazy people on it. And who better to come back than Greg Simoneau, me, the 2003 Pactv Producer of the Year. And when I find that award, I'm going to show it on my show. It's like getting a Dundie, pretty much equates to that. But I just wanted to kick it off. I think this is the hello segment, getting to know you. The first episode, I wanted to have 2 guests from the old show. Their names are Scott and Bob. And Bob is working tonight. And Scott is feeling under the weather due to his, he got the COVID shot, and he's not feeling that good. So, understandable there. And Bob has to work tonight, and we tried to get a hold of him, and he said it might be hard for him to be around. People have stuff to do. Yeah, it's fine. So then I reached out to my other friend, and I said, we want some music for the show, like an intro theme, because I've just been using the catalog music the whole time. And from what I noticed on the old shows, I kind of get sick of it. So I wrote to him, and I said, hey, longtime friend, can you make the intro song? And did you hear one? So obviously that didn't work. So I might have to break out the keyboard and make a song myself. which is fine. I mean, no big deal. And we've lost a few fans of the show, obviously. In 16 years, we lost quite a few. And I'd like to think that they'll go on, they live in me now. Sort of the quote from The Rise of Skywalker. All our producers, whether they were Sith or Jedi, they live in me now. And I will draw on their strength to make a good show for Plymouth. And, you know, I'll try to bring some crazy to the channel. So let's take a break here and let's just see how it's going so far. I just need a little break. It's after 16 years, I can't go for long stretches of time. We'll be right back. So, one classic bit we used to do on the Greg Simoneau show is I would take some baseball cards and read the guys' names and show you the card. Just a simple little bit. This guy's name is Warren Brewstar. This. Warren Brewstar. He is 6'3", 200 pounds. So he's actually close in weight, but he's got me by 4 inches. 5 inches, maybe. Ryan Healy, first base. He is 6'5", 225. So he's got some... he's bigger than me. 6'5", 225. Brad Boxberger. He is 6'2", 205. This one has 3 people on it. So forget them. 5'11", 170. Now we're talking. 6'3", 206. 6'1", 195. So that's what I used to do in the old show. And I think it was fun, you know. People like old cards and new cards. These are mostly new. Can't find any interesting ones right now. The Los Angeles Dodgers team card. Boo! Oh, by the way, this is the official Greg Simoneau show hat. It's a mesh hat, and I got it at the dollar store. So if you want to get your own official Greg Simoneau show hat, dollar store in Manabat. Dylan Betances, Corey Thurman. This guy, Jack McDowell, playing the guitar. So I should have maybe asked him if he could make me an intro song. Still on that? Still on that, Greg? Greg McMichael. Okay. Same first name, Greg. 6'3", 215. So yeah, well, everyone's 6'3". Is that what they just put? Is that just like the go-to height? I don't know. Kurt Stillwell, that's an old one. Rico Brogna, Rick Sutcliffe. This guy, got in trouble. 6'7", 215. No. This guy got in trouble for swearing on air. He was doing the games and then he dropped a few swears. 6'7". 6'7"? That seems tall to me. Couple scrubs, Steve Wilson, Rick Aguilera, Bill Spears, Joe Oliver, Wes Chamberlain, Brett Butler, Glenn Braggs, Harold Reynolds. 5'11", 165. Now that's probably my playing weight, and I'm like 5'9.5", 5'10". I think What does my license say? My license says 5'9". So, I mean, I don't think they measure you. I think they go on the honor system. But there it is. Oh, wait. For security reasons, I can't hold that up much longer. So that's a classic bit from the old show we used to do, and I think it's entertaining. I mean, I'm having fun. And I have a crap ton of baseball cards, so stay tuned for more of that. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about someone that we lost. This is my Grammy, Carol Whitall. We lost her in February this year. And it's what I'm going to dedicate my comeback to. And I'm not going to say that she told me to do it before she left us, and I'm not going to say that it was a dream or a premonition, but it was almost like when you lose someone that you love like that, she makes you like look back and like take a look at what you're doing, and we went through some of her stuff, and it just seemed like it was like, do what you love, and maybe it'll make some people happy, me doing the show, and do what you're meant to do, right? So I'm pretty sure she's glad that I started the show up again, and I'd just like to give a couple minutes here on her. And she was a beautiful person, is a beautiful person. And one thing we found of hers was her old report cards. And this was her maiden name. And it says, a progress record of Carol Maxim, 3rd grade, 1941 to 1942. And we had a lot in common, her and I. Both perfect penmanship. We both love the thank you note. And this is just extraordinary to have this some 80 years later. Of course, she got AAA. I mean, just look at that. I can't show it too long because of security reasons, but AAA all over the board. AAA. And, she made an impression on our lives, and we love her for that. And I'm dedicating my comeback to her. So thanks, Grammy. And when Grammy retired from Braintree Hospital, I'm sure they tried to name a wing after her or something like that. But I'm sure she was too humble, and she told them, nah, that's fine. You don't have to do that. So instead, they gave her this, and it's a nurse's hat, I guess. Okay, and when you leave a company and you get this many names on the outgoing card from your fellow employees, that's impressive. But then to get them to all put their name on this, and I guess it would, I'm not going to wear it, but I guess it would be put on like this, and it's like a nurse's hat, and it has a little age to it, so you can see that it's bent in a little couple spaces, but it's supposed to be that way. It was all put together like that. And to have all these names on it, that she made an impression on these people, and that they cared for her, and they, I can't say that they're all signatures, but they all put their name on it, and that's just the way people were back then. But also, I think Grammy did a great job in her career and in life. So write to us. If you want to buy this, it's $10,000, and write to us at the show. I'll throw my email up there in a few minutes, and the kids of Carol Whittall will split it 3 ways, and Jane will get the extra penny, of course. So, one thing about the show that I wanted to do is that here in Plymouth, you know, we're very proud of our history and of our town, and this is the official Town of Plymouth and Plymouth County Guide 2020-2021. Okay, and so it's been 20 years since I did my first public access show, and so this wouldn't have been around. We didn't have stuff like this, but let's just read a little bit and see how this goes. Right when you start opening it, it's you got this. That's the statue you can go see in Plymouth, and this is all actual, landmarks that you might want to see. And in it says, "America is amidst an anniversary of national and international significance, the 400th anniversary of the Mayflower Voyage and the founding of Plymouth Colony." And they should get me to do the voiceover for it, the video version. And, when you go places and you're out there traveling and people say, "Oh, where are you from? Where are you from?" And I always say, "I'm from Plymouth." And they'd be like, "Never heard of it. Never heard of it." I'm like, you don't remember in your textbooks, the Pilgrims, the Mayflower? It's a real place. This is Plymouth. So a lot of times, I'm sure you're guilty of this too. You say, "Oh, I'm from Boston." But it's not really Boston. It's Plymouth. That's where we're from. So I just want to make that clear. We're all from Plymouth, but to make it easier, when you leave Massachusetts, we say we're from Boston. That's just how it goes. The Plymouth 400 anniversary highlights the cultural contributions and American traditions that began with the interaction of the Wampanoag and English peoples, a story that significantly shaped the building of America. And this was great, and the 400 events were all messed up because of COVID. Sort of like tonight's show, because tonight's guest, Scott Blanchard, could not be here because of COVID. He got his COVID shot and he's sick. I'm looking at you, Scott Blanchard. Hi, Al. So on the other part here, it shows the Kingston collection, and it shows some food and some girls, and you can find that at the Kingston collection. But don't go now because they tore apart the whole parking lot. No, I can't say that. Only the part by Sears is all torn up. So if you wanted to go to Sears and get your Sears Roebuck, tube television, sorry. And all your old video games and all your Sears clothes. They had nice stuff. About us, See Plymouth. See Plymouth is a nonprofit cooperative collaboration between Plymouth County and the town of Plymouth. And what else I'm addicted to is the Pactv bulletin board. And I just put it on and stare and watch it for hours. I don't know why, but all of a sudden I think I just got this renewed interest in the channel. It's Verizon 43, and it's not like the old days when we had the cable and the public access station was 13, and you'd be up late at night and you'd just be like, what's on, and you just click by it a lot. Now I don't even find myself clicking by it, you know. And if you go to their website, pactv.org, they have a live stream. It's called Prime, and that you can get that on your phone, and you can see. But it doesn't coincide what's actually on channel 43. So you got to kind of go back and forth and see what year is. And then you could also find the schedule and see what other great shows are on there. You know, even on my old show, rewatching it and whatnot, I was always a big supporter of the other shows and the other producers. So I want to continue that with this show and say, go get them, guys. You know, I want to say, toodles. Good job out there. Keep making quality stuff for the people of Plymouth. If you didn't go down to the visitor center and get one of these, you need to fast. You know, the emblem's on here for the 400th anniversary. So in 1620, here's a little history. The Pilgrims came here, and they put it on a rock down in Plymouth Center, and you can go see that. And they have a lot of exhibits, and they'll, you know, it's just sad that all of it got canceled last year. There's a little talking about cranberries, historical homes and societies. Someday they'll probably say that my house is historical. The public access producer Greg Simoneau's house is on the tour. The Daniel Webster estate, the historic Winslow House, the Hingham Historical Society, and the Jones River Village Historical Society, historical homes and societies. I just love this so much. And if you want a copy, just go down to the visitor center. I got this in the mail, so check your mail. It's a hard copy of this. Just one. Indulge me one more time. Kingston's Bradford House is an excellent example of early 18th century architecture. Norwell Historical Society provides tours of the Jacobs Farmhouse and historic talks and presentations for all ages. Marshfield's The Daniel Webster Estate provides an enjoyable setting for events. Pembroke, rich in colonial history, boasts the 1685 Ada F. Hall House and the 1847 Museum Building. So you get one of these, and you can have fun, your own fun, reading it like a historic channel documentary person. On my old show, I used to do tons of characters and stuff. Rubber masks were worn, and I would do this a lot. I don't know why I thought this made it crazier. And actually, I like how that looks. And so I donated all my rubber masks to Savers. So, you know, go down there and fight over them. Those are collector's items because they were used on the show. Why didn't I keep those and sell them for $10,000 each? I'd like to close the show. I mean, it's getting close to time. I don't know. But I have this old notebook here, and this is what my old show started was me trying to be a comedy writer and come up with jokes. And here is some stuff I wrote. And then this week I wrote some stuff. And I think that's how I like to end my show, is on jokes that I write, and I'll try out and see what you think. I wrote this joke the other day, and I told it to Jen. We had a fire pit last weekend at my mom's house. The fire was great, but none of us could get out of the pit. Did I do it? Did I do it? Maybe. I think that's the only one that I liked. These ones are from 2000. It's just some writings I had from 10/14/2000. And my first show was dated 10/24/01. So this is like a year before I even started doing the show. And the first paragraph here reads, I have a sign that says, as advertised. So the sign is not advertising, just tells of how advertising has taken place. Well, advertising had to take place beforehand, or otherwise this sign wouldn't exist. So this sign is informational. It's like some kind of observational humor. There's no punchline really. It's a thinker, that's for sure. And then this one here. To me, a stool sample is all about going up and chipping a little bit off someone's chair, their stool. You know, the thing they sit on. So the reason that doesn't work is because you have to explain it. And, and one thing that I would just like to tell people who are writing, don't make it so long. Okay, this you can write this in 50 words. Now try to write it in 20 words or 25 words, and then try to write it in 10 words. And Hemingway could write it in 6. Okay, people. So let me just leave you on that. I have notes from my old show. I've been watching them all. If you want to leave me feedback, the email is there. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, the regular places. But I would always end the show with a graphic that says, "Good night, Greg loves you, peace out, my homies." And since this weekend is Mother's Day, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to my mom, my mother-in-law, Jane, hi, Aunt Peggy, Shannon, all the mothers, Mary Beth, all my moms at work, and all the moms of Plymouth. Happy Mother's Day, and good night. Oh yeah, no music?